Hey guys, it's Chris here. Getting into these videos now a little bit. Tonight I want to talk to you about dieting, why dieting doesn't work, and the 3 R's of dieting that you need to be aware of in order to be successful in changing your body shape and obviously losing weight longer term. So, you've tried diets. Look, you know that diets, largely they're ineffective. You're either on them or you're off them, and you don't end up losing weight in the way that you'd hoped you would. You don't end up losing body fat in the way that you'd hoped that you would. And so you're in that perpetual cycle where you're always either on a diet, off a diet, trying to change your body shape, not trying to change your body shape, and just struggling to get back into the swing of things. So, the reason why dieting doesn't work is pretty simple, and it comes down to these 3 R's. So what are these 3 R's? Well, the first thing is restriction. So obviously you know that you need to restrict food intake to a certain degree in order to lose body fat. So it's basic thermodynamics. So you've got to be taking in less than obviously what you're expending in order to break down body fat, or expending more than what you're taking in. So either or. And so you have to restrict certain things from your diet. Now in most cases when it comes to dieting, that means you're going to restrict all your favourite foods. You might take out carbs from your diet, you might take out fats from your diet, you might avoid pizza, burgers, alcohol, all chocolate, wine, all the things that currently are in your diet and you've been told are bad foods. And obviously some of these foods aren't going to be great for your waistline. You know that, I know that. So when it comes to calorie intake, they're very high in calories but low in nutrition and all the rest of it. And so we restrict these from your diet. You take them out. But then what comes next is resentment. So resentment that you're on a diet that you can no longer eat your favourite foods. So you get to that point where you're thinking, why the hell am I even doing this? I can't eat what I want to eat. I'm not happy with what I'm eating. And you sort of resent your diet a little bit more as well. So you stop wanting to eat all the foods that are going to help you get lean, lose body fat and tone up. And after resentment comes reward. And this is the thing. So when you've gone through restriction, then resentment, you get to reward, you're going to binge. This is just not going to be a case of having one slice of pizza and enjoying it, or having a glass of wine and enjoying it. This is going to be a case of full-on meltdown binge. And you're going to find yourself face down in a tub of Ben & Jerry's, a full Domino's pizza. Look, you know what it's like. You're going to go OTT when it comes to those foods that you've just missed for so long. So that reward part, there's 2 things that you do. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to tell yourself, look, I've just been good on my diet, so I've restricted all these foods, I deserve it. This is something that I can have, I've worked hard. But then you have that, you do your binge, and then you notice that you feel bloated, you feel sluggish, you feel lethargic, your sleep's crap, and you don't feel like going to the gym. But even worse is you start craving those foods all over again, which makes it 10 times harder to get back into the swing of it in terms of dieting. So what do? You fall out. Fall out for a little bit, gain a little bit more weight, obviously, put a little bit more body fat on, don't go to the gym and all the rest of it, until you get unhappy with your body shape again. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, God, I've put some weight on. I'm going to have to change this. And you're desperate then to lose body fat. So what do? You restrict. You find a diet. You restrict all your favourite foods again. Then you get 6 weeks in. You start to resent it. Then after that, you start to reward. And so that cycle just keeps going and going and going and going. But the truth is, there is no need for you to do that, if I'm being completely honest. You don't need to go through that cycle. And in fact, there's an easy way to save yourself the heartache of constantly being on diets, constantly not seeing the results that you want, and constantly finding weight loss really, really hard. Because let's be honest, it is hard. It is hard. We need accountability. We need to keep going. But when you're resenting and restricting all the time, you end up rewarding too. So, it's very simple. Stay consistent 90% of the time. Allow yourself 10% to eat whatever you want to eat that's within reason, within your plan. And if you do this consistently over the longer term, provided that that 10% still keeps you in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight, you're going to lose body fat. And guess what? You've avoided the restriction, you've avoided the resentment, and you've also avoided the reward. So then losing body fat and staying in shape becomes less about how you're going to diet and more about how you're going to stay in shape for life. And that's my approach, really. So I try and avoid the 3 R's that are holding you back right now. And I can see that Christine's put 3 is a magic number, 3 stones down with good advice, sustainable food plan. And that's fantastic. We worked with Christine earlier on this year from last year, and she's done great. And you can see she's still keeping it up. And why is that? Because when you're taught about nutrition properly, you're no longer dieting in the conventional way. You're understanding food, you're fueling your body right, and your body starts to change, and your body rewards you with that as opposed to you rewarding yourself because you've restricted and because you've resented. So if you've got any questions about what I've just shared with you, feel free to drop it into the comment section below. Obviously, if you want more information on how we work with our clients, you can find us at www.chrismasonperformance.com. But the 3 R's you want to avoid: restriction, resentment, reward. And then you'll be more successful in changing your body shape. Like I said, any comments you've got for me, please drop them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm signing off for the evening.